Hello out there, and welcome to the channel, lords and ladies. It's great to see you today. I am your liege lord, the Godless Gamer. I've got a pretty intense episode in store for you today, because we have a lot to talk about. This is episode 41 of my series, The Path to Alaxon, in case you forgot. So let's hit continue. I had one of the most intense realm managements that I've ever had, and I'm not being hyperbolic. I must have sat here for like 2 hours managing everything. And since there's so much to talk about, I think the best way to go about it would be to address three things. First, why am I broke? Because I only have 79 gold. Why am I broke? Why am I making so much? So why is my income 851? And then we need to talk about what I'm going to do in terms of conquest, because things have changed. I'm not going to go about getting conquest in the same way that I've been getting it. So we'll address all three. First, we'll talk about why I'm broke. It's partially, or mostly, because I got some really good advice in one of my previous videos. It was recommended to me that I spend some money, that I go through the Empire and identify lands that are owned by dynasty members who have temples. So that's why I'm broke, because I went through my entire empire. I must have upgraded close to 100 temples all at the same time. Here's a temple that I know I missed because I ran out of money at the time, but this is what I've been doing. Finding dynasty members who have temples underneath them or inside their realms, and then upgrading them, because each time I upgrade them, I get 225 renown for each temple. So think about that. If I upgraded close to 100 temples, using the construction time of this one as a reference, 5 years. So in roughly 5 years, think of all the renown we're going to get. Think about that. 225, almost 100 temples, that's going to be a lot of renown. And it'll be really cool to see what happens after all the temples complete, because I'm willing to bet in this episode we're going to get at least 2 legacies, maybe 3. If we get 2, I'll be satisfied, but if I get a third, that's even better. I'm already basically halfway to my next legacy, but when those drop, this legacy is going to improve my income, because it's going to boost my taxes by 50%, and then this one's going to basically boost my army by 100%. So just take that in for a second. All the renown we're going to get from basically 100 temples being upgraded at the same time. It's ridiculous. I can't wait to see. I'm tempted to just play on speed 5 for most of this so we can get to that 5-year mark, so we can see what happens. But, that's why I'm broke. I'm making so much money now because I decided to end the legend that I was promoting. I decided that it spread far enough. It was getting really expensive, and since I'm broke now, I need to start making money again. So I decided to end the legend. A couple of things happened as a result. Not only am I making money again, the people that I was paying a ridiculous salary to spread my legend are no longer doing those tasks, so I'm getting the extra money from not having to pay ridiculous salaries anymore. So I'm getting money from that. But, I also got access to the major decision to clear lands for another legendary building. I made the decision between the episodes. I'm constructing another legendary palace in Marblend, a county that I intend on holding on to for a while. So in 7 months, I'm going to get all this. More monthly lifestyle experience, plus 10% for the holder, and that's me. So this is another legendary palace like I built in Castle Noldaril. And I got access to this once I ended the legend. So I got another legendary building under construction, and then I also made a new book that I have on display now. The new Merethic Era, Diplomacy +3, Stewardship +3, and Renown 0.16. The book that I had here previously was pretty impressive, but I deemed this one more impressive. So we got a new book out of it too. So as a result of the legend ending, I'm making a bunch of money. And then another reason why I'm making so much money is because I went through all of my vassals and I modified their administration types. And I switched most of them to civilian. because it makes me the most... Their tax contribution is increased in civilian as compared to all the other ones. So I went through most of my vassals and switched them to civilian, which is another reason why my money is so amazing. So that's why I'm making so much money. That's why I'm broke. And then finally, let's discuss what I'm going to do in terms of conquest, because everything's changed. I basically don't have to fabricate claims anymore. Because, for example, I discovered, even though I don't have any claims against Skingrad, I have access... When I select my claims, Casus Belli, I can fight a war for the Kingdom of Skingrad. Now, the outcome of this war is... I'm probably going to end up creating vassals. Like, I'm not going to take all this land under my domain, which is what I normally like to do. That's the whole reason why I've been fabricating claims, because once the war is over, I take everything into my domain so I can manage it, and I can build all the temples and everything, you know? But if using Skingrad as an example, because I have access to this Casus Belli against a bunch of people, like Anvil, I have no claims that I fabricated against them. But I can use this Casus Belli. So, if I decide to use these Casus Belli, which I might, because I get big chunks of land every time I use it, if I decide to use these Casus Belli, like Leowin is another example, and I think is probably most likely the one that I'm going to choose to do. But if I use this Casus Belli, I'm probably going to be creating a bunch of vassals underneath me, and instead of taking all the land under my domain immediately, I'm going to have to go... I'm going to have to do what I normally do internally, and that's revoke people's titles and then manage it that way. It's a more tedious way to do it, as opposed to just taking everything into my domain once the war is over. It's more tedious, but I want to look on the bright side. At least I'm getting large chunks of land with these Casus Belli. It's just going to be more tedious to manage, you know? So, the way I discovered that we had access to this new Casus Belli is because I wanted to initially declare war on Bruma, because that's who we have all the claims that I fabricated against. But when I checked to see what I would get as a result of declaring war, I noticed all of this. If I were to fight this war and take all of this, it would be really cool. It would be a massive increase to my empire. But think of all of the managing that I would have to do. It would effectively halt me on getting any other conquest. I would basically fight this war and then be spending a bunch of time managing it all, you know? And I think it would be too much to take on all at once. So I decided that we're going to fight against Leowin next. We'll use this Casus Belli that I have access to. We'll see what happens as a result of me winning the war. I might have to manage it and revoke titles and all that stuff, but I'm used to that. We'll see how it goes. But Leowin is a more manageable chunk than Bruma would be if I declared war against them. And I would have gone for Skingrad because they're an even more manageable chunk. But I have a truce with them currently. That's going to last another 4 years. So I decided our next logical conquest is going to be against Leowin. I also have my daughter here that I landed. So I'm prepared to create the kingdom. Because I've already got my daughter here. So this makes the most sense to get in for our conquest. The next thing we're going to grab. But instead of grabbing it immediately, I'm going to wait until I'm done managing these. Because I'm going to need the domain limit if I want to manage this. We're going to need the domain limit. So let's wait until we're done managing all of this. I'm going to switch my wife to manage domain as well, just in preparation. But yeah, we'll finish managing these. Gotta move my steward. And I I need time to save up money as well. So as we're managing these, we'll save up money, and then we'll declare war on Leowin. Is that everything? That's everything. By the way, I did want to say thank you again to that commenter for letting me know about that, so I can upgrade all the temples. It's going to give me a bunch of renown, so thank you. I can't forget to upgrade this last temple. The one that I ran out of money. My dog just died. Alright, let's get a new one. And then we're also doing this murder scheme against the current ruler of Kavach because we want our dynasty member to take over so that they can benefit from all of the artifacts that I gave them. The ones that boost renown. We need a dynasty member ruling here, so if we successfully commit this murder, our dynasty member will take over, and then I have another item that I want to give them so they can put it on display. I have a piece of furniture that I'm not using that boosts renown. I need to remember to give them that piece of furniture. So let's keep an eye on this murder scheme. Okay, I hope that was everything, but I covered all my bases, I think. Am I losing my memory? I'm getting old. Details have been getting fuzzier recently. Perhaps it would be weak to confess as much. I'm starting to lose my memory. 236 years old. It's not going to cause me to stress out that much. Okay, let's upgrade this temple now. I could try to sweeten the deal. 700. I need money. There we go. Very clutch event. I needed that money. Thank you. Whoops. The Alinor ruins have been a disappointment, far from the plethora of ancient lore you claimed were to be found at the site. I've discovered nothing but flesh-hungry undead. Well, that's kind of the price you have to pay, man. You wanted to dungeon delve, and the rest of us have to kill Draugr. My prax is gonna go down, and necromancers are gonna be running rampant. Where is this? The metropolis of Senchal. I could manage that. If this does happen, I can manage it. Oh no, it has happened. Whoops. Alright. On one hand, we got that one event that made us a bunch of money, and then on the other hand, we have to manage some necromancers. My marshal isn't doing anything right now. She can get rid of it in like 3 seconds. Or maybe not 3 seconds. Maybe a few more seconds. She'll get rid of it. Okay, I arranged a marriage, and I want to see... Yep, okay, perfect. Another reason why, like, I went through all of these to get money, even though I was broke, but I called in so many hooks to get money. But we're gonna start doing okay with money. We'll be fine. Just a few more months, and we'll be back over 10,000. I don't need to redouble my guards anymore. Let's get 10 advantages, and then let's wait till we get to max success, because we need this murder to work out. Okay. Let's see if our renown goes up. Nope, we failed the first time. We've got to try again. It's okay. How about we put our Spy Master on support schemes? I didn't have her on that because I didn't think I would need it. And since I don't need to fabricate claims anymore, let's take our Realm Priest off of fabricating claims, and let's get to work converting some of this. I can start converting Leowin. I'm pretty sure I told my daughter to spread my religion. In case I didn't, I'll tell her to do it again. But let's help her out, and I'll have my Realm Priest convert this. It is possible. It's going to take a long time, though. I just want my Realm Priest doing something worthwhile. I don't need her to help me fabricate claims, because... And that's money that I don't need to spend, because it costs money to fabricate claims, so I'm saving some money. So she can convert. That's fine. Let's manage these 4 counties. Yeah, by the time we declare war, we'll have plenty of money. My Gloryhound vassals are chomping at the bit for me to declare war. Just give me 5 seconds. I want to have the domain limit to manage it all. My legendary palace is finished. So that's going to boost my monthly lifestyle experience. From domain. That's where the 2 legendary palaces, that's these right here. Each one gives me plus 10%. The days drudge on endlessly with new joys and sorrows from all those around me, yet here I remain, lost in a sea of gray, drowning for the past 236 years. Just as I wonder how I can go on, my liege whispers in my ear. My liege? No, I'm not embracing the cult of Boethia. Sorry, that confused me. I don't have a liege, so I was confused who this was pertaining to. It's pertaining to me. I'm not becoming a Daedra worshipper. Get out of my face. My income is fluctuating, but it's trending upwards. It keeps going up. We can exit. Oh, I just became my wife's soulmate. And you know what? I'm willing to stay her soulmate because we're done having kids. She can't give me children anymore, so... The merry-go-round of seduction has ended, and we finally settled becoming soulmates with our wife. Okay, let's try to commit this murder again. We need this to happen. Yep. There we go. Our renown is up to 20.2. This doesn't look like the guy who was going to take over, but it doesn't matter. Maybe it is. Maybe he just changed his clothing or something, but he's my dynasty member. He's providing me renown. I want to give him that artifact that I'm not using. The cabinet. And then hopefully he puts it on display. Nope, he didn't yet. Maybe he needs a second. Come on, man. There we go. So that boosted my renown a little bit as well. and I'm gonna have to delay when I conquer Kvatch, because I want to keep benefiting from that. Once I conquer his land and it falls under my administration, I lose that renown. So he's lucky. He just bought himself some time. He's gonna get to exist a little bit longer because I'm gonna focus on other things. So there we go. The murder scheme worked out. We got our renown back. Okay, this temple is done. My son just came of age. He's a flagellant. Not a big fan of that, but it's okay. 4-star learning, 4-star magical. I do have an empty position now because, remember, at the end of our last episode, I wanted to land a family member here in Breville so I can eventually create a dynasty member who's a king. I decided to land my grandson, and he was formerly my eparch. How about I give that position to my son? He's just average at the job, but whatever. I don't care. I just want him doing something. He doesn't have to be amazing. Oh my god, for a second I thought this guy was naked. He's just a skeleton. He's older than I am. He's malnourished. Alright, whatever. Yeah, he's like a skeleton. Maybe, you know what? I'll give it to somebody else. he's half naked too. Whatever. Alright, back to business. Yeah, this is the duchy capital, but I can't manage the duchy because somebody else holds the title and I can't take it away from them. But I have to make sure I land in Alinori. Who looks like a frickin' alien. She's really creepy looking. She's the result of some kind of dumb marriage. Alright, I don't want to have to look at her any longer than I have to, so let's just give her a directive. She's scary. She's scary looking. Her eyes are creepy. Go speed 5. As a result of my son becoming an adult, I have an empty slot. Are there any kids? There are no kids that I need to educate. My wife is raising my daughter currently. How about we take her away from my wife? And I'll start raising her. Because I have the empty slot, and I'll do a better job educating her. I can't influence her personality. It's too late for that, but whatever. It's okay. Alright, this is the last one we need to manage, and then we'll declare that war. And I have to make sure I check all the alliances and see what the situation is. Because I might only have to raise my men-at-arms. Thank you. I'm not going to use it, but thank you. I can't even give that to a knight, because it doesn't help with prowess. Okay, so we have 10,000 gold now. Perfect amount. I'm rich enough where I can declare this war and not be afraid about expenses. Let's check their alliances. They're in the middle of a war right now that they're losing. They have a very weak duchy alliance. And a completely useless alliance with somebody in Falkreath. Completely pointless alliance. They won't even have time to get over here to help them. So they basically have no alliances. Their military strength is 2,000, so all I need to do is raise my men-at-arms. And there's half-decent development here, so we shouldn't have supply problems. And my armies will muster really quickly. We'll raise up in Leowin. Let's activate the necessary rituals. Bound armor, if I'm going to command, and swiftness to boost our army movement speed. Let's see how this turns out, and let's see how we end up having to manage this. I have access to other Casus Belli, but if I were to use the Conquer County one, it's just going to take too long. I would take these things under my domain, but I would have to wait for a truce between every single one of those wars, so that's out of the question. Same kind of thing with the Duchy one. And I would just be creating vassals anyway, because I would be taking the duchy titles, and so if there are counts within these duchies, they would become my vassals, so I would have to revoke all their titles. Just the most logical Casus Belli is this one. So that's what we're going to use. Hey, check this out. It's so developed over here that my army raises in one army instead of two that I have to merge together. We're making 961 gold right now. Hold on, I have to check on a plague that just broke out. Where is it? It's over here. Okay, so I can ignore these. This shouldn't be too hard to conquer. The defenses kind of suck. I don't think I'm going to catch him. If I can't catch them, we'll go for the capital. Yeah. Somebody's trying to seduce me. That's a very harmless scheme. Idria is fiddling nervously with her sleeve as I enter my chamber. What is she doing? What is she doing? Not only at this hour, what the hell is she doing here? Period. My deepest apologies, but I must speak with you in private. I've discovered something very interesting. She's willing to share it with me. Is she in my court? She'll tell me a secret about my great-grandson. Alright, I'll trade the hook on her for a hook on him. I think I used my hook on him to get money from him. So I'll take that hook. He's got a secret faith. I can't convert him because he's technically my religion. I'll get some money out of him. I want to try to fight a battle. They want nothing to do with fighting battles, because they know I'm going to win the war instantly if I do. My son was trying to murder somebody. He's got nothing to do. He's just waiting to take over as the ruler. So he's got nothing better to do with his time, but that's okay. Alright, what are we doing over here? Like father, like son. My army soon moves so quickly. There's no way they're going to get away this time. I basically moved 2 tiles before they can move 1. 72%. I'm noticing republics and stuff, so there's going to be a lot to manage here. %, just 1 more castle or a battle. Definitely a battle. Alright, not a castle. Sorry. Definitely not a battle. This is another theocracy, and this is piss-poor defenses. That was the woman that was trying to seduce me. Yeah, there's quite a few theocracies over here. So we did get all of it at once. That's good, but I created some vassals underneath me. Let's see how easy it's going to be to revoke their appointments. I might need to fabricate some hooks in order to... I mean, even if they rebel against me, it's not a big deal. I could smack them down, but I would prefer not to have to constantly be raising up my armies to smack down rebellions. So how about we start with what we've taken on. I have the domain limit for it. Let's manage what we've taken ourselves immediately. Okay, I gotta build this. Alright, hold on. Before I start managing things... You have not cast your vote for the title heir to the Kingdom of Leowin? Yeah, because I haven't decided who I'm gonna... Oh, well, because we haven't gotten there yet. Because there must be some special rules attached to this kingdom title. There we go. That solves that problem. No elections, okay? Nobody's getting a title through an election. I decide who gets the title, okay? Let's manage our prisoners before we manage all of this. Yeah, these people are going to give me problems. How about we start by demanding that they convert? Oh. If I... Because I don't want to use a hook to get them to convert. I want to use my hook to revoke their titles. So how about we just spend some influence to try to see if he'll convert. Because if he likes me more, he'll be less likely to resist me. Alright, this woman's more receptive. It's just them too, but I'm sure underneath them, yeah, they have counts underneath them that I need to manage, so... She only has 2 vassals. Okay, we'll deal with it a piece at a time. Let's see, you better convert, man. Come on. Yep, he did. So now he loves me, which means he's going to be less likely to rebel. %. See? Alright, good thing I did that first. Okay, now that everybody's managed, all of our prisoners are managed, I've disbanded my armies, we finished managing these conquests. Let's manage everything that's under my domain at this very moment. Castle, city, so 2 temples here. We'll start here. Have to build a castle here. And then another temple. I don't have to do anything here. I have to kick this heretical holy order out. Is that the same holy order that I kicked out before? It was the same guy. So we kicked him out of 2 of their places. Hey, a high elf who's actually married to another high elf, and not a ridiculous marriage. Okay, that was all I took on personally. Not that much. I have the domain limit to maybe revoke this title here. He only has 2 counties, so I'd still be within. Oh, no, he's got this too. Alright, I'll still be within. Let's revoke it. That's what their forts look like? That looks like the dumbest... I'm sorry, that looks ridiculous. That's so stupid. You don't even have to aim if... Launching... I just don't like it. I was going to say, launching siege weapons at it, all you have to do is, like, hit this, and then this whole thing collapses, and then everything underneath it collapses. Stupid design. Sorry about that tiny little rant. But I like castles, and when they're designed well and they look cool, I say nice things about it. You can hold court. Alright, we'll do a quick groveling session. I've got my hands full, but let's get it out of the way. A cadastral survey. I haven't gotten that event in a long time, and I like that event, so that's good. I don't care about increasing my praxis. I'll take that. Alright, I must have gotten a bunch of artifacts after that war ended. A legendary small wall ornament. I need to replace this. And this gives me renown, so I'll repair that. And we'll put that up. Fertility plus 20%? It's a court artifact, and I don't value that fertility as much anymore, because we're not having kids. So yeah, alright, that takes care of everything. This is the new crown that we got. How about I give that to another dynasty member that's ruling? Or how about I give that to the daughter that we're going to make the king eventually? Did I give her a crown yet? Nope, I haven't given her anything. And this is a inventory artifact, so she can make use of it. Okay. So I think that was the largest piece of conquest that we've ever gotten all at once. Even though technically we didn't take it all into our domain. Let's see how far along this temple is. 16 months left, and this is the most recent temple that we upgraded, so the other ones are probably a few months ahead. So in less than a year, or about a year, all of those temples are going to finish, and we're going to get a bunch of legacies. We're almost up to 22 renown passively now. And we're just about to get our legacy here without the temples being finished. Or maybe they are finishing little by little, but I started the constructions all at the same time. Because when we first looked at this, we were like right here. One of my sons just died, which means that hopefully my heir didn't take his position. Hopefully he had a son that took over. Yep, my son is still uncommitted. He's uncommitted. Is that him? Whatever, it's okay. Bottom line, my heir still has no commitments. He didn't inherit that title from him. So it's okay. useless. I hate this. Even though I have to get it if I want to finish the tree, I just don't value that at all. Can't tell you the last time we were at stress level anything. We've always been below stress. I just improved my hunter trait, which is something I still need to upgrade. We've gotten up to Venator level 1, so I have a tiny health boost, and, I got this recently. But that's still an aspect of myself that I haven't really messed with, my hunter trait. We can still improve that. Another crown? Go ahead. Those are inventory artifacts that I can give to family members, and crowns can give you renown, so please keep making those. I can't teach my daughter any... Oh no, I don't have a tutor. Because my old son, who just died, was my tutor. Let's move our steward. Since I just started building that temple, we'll move him down here. Because as we're managing this, we're getting rid of the republics and the theocracies. I'm still out of the woods. We just got access to our next legacy. Are they all finishing? How many legacies are we going to get? It's not telling me how many I can do right now. Okay, we're going to get this one. Let's watch our income skyrocket. What is it right now? 900? We only got one. But I still think the temples haven't finished yet. Let me check somewhere else. Let me check another one. I know there was one right here. Or no, maybe it wasn't here. It was right here, right here. Yeah, see, these temples still haven't finished. I just found a random one that I upgraded. They're not done yet. So that Dynasty Legacy that we just got wasn't a result of the temples finishing. So we might have another legacy right around the corner. Okay, my daughter came of age. 5-star diplomacy, 4-star magic. She wouldn't be a good food taster. I need to replace my food taster. They're terrible. I have no positions. Everything is full. Even jobs that I typically don't have filled. I've got nothing for you to do, daughter. Just thinking, do I want to give... I have some children that are adults that I could just get married and start giving land. We have plenty of kids, few daughters. And I have an extra son that I can land if I want. How about we save my children for when I create other kingdoms? Because we're going to be creating a lot of kingdoms as a result of me having this casus belli now. So, we'll save those kids for other kingdoms. I already have my daughter here. That's going to be a king. I think a duchy title is below my kids. They deserve something higher. Since I can create kingdom titles like it's nothing, we'll save those for my kids. Maybe the temples just aren't finishing all at the same time. They're finishing, like, around the same time, but... Yeah, because that's a suspicious amount of renown to have gotten right after getting my last legacy. Making over 1,000 gold now. And it's still climbing. Yeah, they're not all finishing at the same time. But hopefully by the end, we'll get another legacy. Ambitious, yep. Cyrodiilic is a relevant language to start teaching all my children because we're conquering Cyrodiil. Okay, how about we revoke this lady's title and we start managing this now? Oops! Forgot to fabricate the hook. Yeah, there we go. It's what I get for not paying attention. They just marry whoever they want to marry. I have no say in that. Alright, boys, let's smack down these fools who don't understand the way the world works. Getting there. Now almost 1,200 gold every month. My rituals are still activated, and that's fine. 75%. And then we'll just siege the capital, because we're standing right here. And then that should end it. Just a complete waste of my time and your time, lady. Should have just accepted. There's our second legacy. So now let's see what our army goes up to. 54,000 now. Just, it's fun to watch it skyrocket. 80,000, 81, 85, 86, 88, 90, 95, or 93. Oh, it looks like we peaked at 93. Oh, I still haven't ended this war. I'm just getting too excited. I'm so excited watching the numbers go up that I'm not ending the war. What did I just take on? It pulled me over here. Did I not just inherit something? Oh, these are the things that we're developing. Who do you belong to? The Duke of Oakrest, or... yeah, Orkrest? Everything else is what I should be holding on to. Okay, she's in our prison now, so we have to revoke all of her titles. I gained a rival, but that's easy. We're gonna execute her publicly. Because she chose to rise up against me, and this is her punishment. I won't be viewed as a tyrant because she revolted against me. So public execution. Let's put our daughter to work. My 22-year-old daughter, who's my executioner. Her very first one. That takes care of that rival. This is completely full. It's a big county. This is a special building. Or maybe not. I don't know. There is a special building here. Is it the seat of something important? No, it's not the seat of a kingdom or anything. Alright, I was thinking about maybe holding on to it, but... no. The castle is the capital. Is this even in Cyrodiil? Nope, this is something in Argonia. So we're gonna have a piece of Argonia, technically. Okay, so that's her whole realm managed. Now we just have to deal with the rest of this guy's. But we're gonna stay within our domain limit. And look at that, we're already halfway to the next one. So we've gotten a solid 2 legacies already. Bear with me 1 second, lords and ladies. I hear my cat meowing. I'm gonna step away for a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, hopefully that wasn't too distracting. Hopefully I don't have to edit that out, but, yeah. Okay. Speed back up. Let's get back to business. Where are we developing first? I can move my steward now. Let's get back to over here, where we were building a second temple. 29 days. We just hit an hour. So maybe we're going to manage all of this, and then we'll wrap it up there, because if we manage all of this, by the end of the episode, we can get a third legacy. Alright, I'm currently the Duke of Redmane, but that's everything managed. Or no, it's not. There's somebody that I forgot to revoke their title. Oh no, this is who we haven't gotten to yet. This is who we haven't gotten to yet. So we need to put a Alinori here. And then when I make them the Duke, I'll tell them to convert everything. I won't give them that directive now, because I'm just going to have to do it again anyway. Another legacy? Oh my god. Alright, which one are we gonna get? We might get 4 legacies. I didn't think this far ahead. Maybe warfare? Knight effectiveness? No, my army just became so massive, that's kind of irrelevant now. Monthly diplomacy lifestyle experience for my entire dynasty might be nice. Vassal limit plus 10 don't really need. Vassals are less likely to join claimant factions. General opinion at the end would be nice for my dynasty, because everybody on the map that's my dynasty, they would have better opinion issues. Or no opinion issues, ideally. Monthly stewardship lifestyle experience. I like the domain limit, but it's kind of irrelevant now, because I'm fine with my domain limit. I might do glory, because it's good that it helps. Everybody in my dynasty getting all of these things is not bad, and they're not particularly dangerous either. See, if I were to go down the Guile line, I'd be putting myself at risk, you know? Dynasty members are less likely to die or get wounded in battle, and have a higher chance of... Huh. I would get a supercharge to my men-at-arms regiments if I get this. I don't know, guys. I didn't think this far. I thought we would just get 2, not 3. Gain 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belonging to your house. 10% of the primary skill from counselors belong Development growth plus 20%, monthly learning lifestyle experience. Upon completing a taxation tour, I don't have access to that activity. Alright, I'm gonna go with my gut here. We'll start going down the glory line. Diplomacy is strong. Getting more knights is good. More accolades is good if I can get another accolade going. I only have 2 accolades going. Monthly prestige is nice across my entire dynasty. That's good too. Short reign duration. Vassals are less likely to join. General opinion. Okay, we're going to do glory. Took me a little long to decide there, but we decided. Okay, once this temple is done and I manage this county, we'll revoke all of this. The guy who I'm gonna take all his land away, he wants to ride my horse. Alright, he can ride my horse for a second. Before I take everything from him. There's no children that need to be educated. I have an empty slot, so that's good. Okay, this is all settled. Okay, the last piece that we need... The last piece that we need to take has a bunch of republics and stuff, so we need to manage that. Okay, how about we move our steward here? And we'll revoke all these. Do I need to fabricate a hook against you? I don't. I hope you enjoyed the horsey ride, because now you have no land. It's only 3 baronies, so that's a temple there. Oh, you're expecting a son or a daughter? Congratulations. Get the hell out of here. Did he just say no? What happened? Did I not? Excuse me? Oh, he's a different kind of vassal. I have to demand he change his governance type. Alright, fine. I gotta spend money to wasting my time doing that. Gets a weak hook on me? Sure, it doesn't matter, because take your weak hook. Just give me my land back. Okay, we're over by quite a bit, but that's everything that we need to manage. It's everything. So there's a castle here already. Move the capital there. So I can build 2 more temples. I just love Shadowmere so much, I'm doing Shadowmere again. I can't customize a name for a horse. I'm stuck with all the choices that I got, so if that's all the choices I'm going to get, I'll stick with Shadowmere. We'll just have an endless line of Shadowmeres, just like how Geralt of Rivia has got like a bunch of roaches. Holy crap, we just got our 4th one. Oh my... I think I can safely say this is the most amount of legacies I've ever gotten in an episode, and that's my entire CK3 career. I don't think I've ever gotten 4 legacies in one episode. That's ridiculous. What's the record for the amount of legacy somebody's gotten? In a short amount of time. Alright, I have items that I can give to knights and stuff. I don't have the patience for that. I'm trying to wrap this episode up, because I want to finish managing all this, and that's all stuff I don't need to do right now. I have a bunch of magicka. Let's cast Calm on my son again. I won't do grand. How about we do common? Okay, there's that temple done. That was close. The most recent, what was the last thing, or... Here's fine. I'll go speed 5. I don't have a puppy anymore? It's a female, so I'm definitely naming it to Bella. Alright, I am inheriting things that I shouldn't be. And I believe there was something else that I inherited recently that I shouldn't have. Nope, these are all the ones that I want. Apparently there's a hostile factions. They're all populist factions. There's a bunch of peasants. I don't care about those. The horse that I just got is sick already. Hey, no republics or anything. Teach him Dunmaris? We haven't been able to teach Dunmaris to people. Who are you? How are you my vassal? Oh, it's because he's a powerful family. He's a noble family, but he doesn't have any land. That's what confused me. I don't know how he's allowed to be a powerful vassal. How about... Or, he's not a powerful vassal, he's a powerful noble family. Even though he's a different religion. I have to fabricate it, because I can't do anything about this. Can't do anything about the fact that he's a powerful family. All I can really do is... First, we're going to fabricate a hook against him, and then I'm going to get him to convert, and then that'll hopefully boost his opinion a bit. She's asking for money. She's making a request for money. That's how she's using her hook. She's asking for money. Alright, fine. Take it. Got a strong hook on him, but he hates me now. Well, there we go. Just converting him immediately swapped him over to positive. But if he's going to be in my realm and he's going to be a powerful noble, he's got to have my religion. No ifs, ands, or buts. Maybe his estate is here. Yep, here he is. It's only him. It's just him. I could just murder him and get rid of his house altogether. But he's a nobody. He has no power. He's nothing. He's not a threat to me. There's no point in murdering him. I don't have to. He's my religion now. That's all that matters, really. And we get along. I do not need a wet nurse. I don't have a lot of children around. If I need a wet nurse, I'll just hire one. I'll just search for one. I'm not hiring these Imperials. The granddaughter was imprisoned? If I'd clicked on her during the event, I might have been able to ransom her, but I'm not going to search to try to find her. He's a dishonorable maniac. Get out. Another fascination. Urbanization discovered, so that means I can mess around with my estate. I can upgrade my mansion again. It's going to give us a slight more bit of income, but in the grand scheme, it's not that much. But I can get access to another building slot. But we need to choose a new fascination. We're being exposed to scootage. Which one is the development growth? Can use individual de jure kingdom casus belli. That's kind of pointless because I already have access to these other casus belli. The one that I just used against Leia when I didn't need this to do that. Another building slot if I build windmills. Which means I could develop my realm some more. I could upgrade my castles if I get castle bailies. There's a lot of choices here. I don't really need the boost to my army anymore. That's become irrelevant. If I raise my entire army up all at once, the army's going to be really low quality because the vast majority of the forces are going to be levies. But if I do just want to fight wars and only raise up my men-at-arms, getting this would make that army more potent. How about we do that? Let's get men-at-arms. Because I want to fight as few wars as possible that require me to raise up all 100,000 of these men. Just because I can raise up 100,000 men doesn't mean I want to. If I only have to raise up my men-at-arms, I'll do that. Make it a lot less expensive to keep my army together as well. We're not done yet. We're still dealing with this. Then I can create that duchy. Okay, so just 2 more counties to manage, and then we'll create the duchies. And then I'll wrap this one up, guys. So I think that's the end of all of our legacies from the temple upgrading. I think that's about all it gave us. But all things considered, 4 legacies in 1 episode, I consider that amazing. Okay, my building and my estate upgraded. Plague resistance plus 6%. Building construction time. Let's do this one first. I know I have this empty slot, but I want to do some research. I'll look at all these between the episodes and I'll decide on which one. Now look at my house. It looks really cool now. Got a cool dome. And that was 2 temples at the same time, finishing. And then I could even create the kingdom if I want, because my daughter's already positioned. There's still land that we would have to get for her in order to complete the kingdom, but I'll still make her the king. It's more renowned for me. We can switch our wife back to a sister ruler, because I don't need that extra domain limit anymore. 75 renown. Alright, the Kingdom of Leyawen, everything that I hold is completely managed. If I create the kingdom, she's not going to absorb this count. I think this count is going to remain he's going to remain my direct vassal. And that's actually okay. Alright, let's make our daughter the king. Because why not? She's already had a bunch of children, so she's securing her line of succession. Good for her. She's only 39. She's had a bunch of kids. Yeah, she won't absorb this guy. That's gonna stay. He's gonna stay my direct vassal. That's fine. Alright, daughter. Good for you. Now we'll give you a directive. Convert my faith. And there we go. A significant expansion in a direction that I wasn't necessarily trying to go for. But uh-oh, is there another war here? Are you going to lose your title if you lose this? She's winning, luckily. He's winning, luckily. But a really large expansion. We've cut off the Nibin. We own this. So we own and control access into the Imperial City. So next episode, now that our truce with Skingrad is over, we'll declare this war. And we'll grab this. I'm going to put off this war against Bruma. Even though we'll get a bunch of land out of it, it's just going to be a lot to manage, and I want to do this in, like, digestible pieces. So we'll do Skingrad next. But a really good episode, a bunch of conquest. We're making the most amount of money that we've ever made at a time. We got the most amount of legacies that we've ever gotten in one episode. We got the most amount of conquest in one episode that we've ever gotten. We're soulmates with our wife. We made our daughter a king. We made sure that a dynasty member took over Kavach to get that renown boost. We built all our temples. Just a really intense episode, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, guys. Thank you again to the commenter who told me to upgrade all those temples. Thank you so much. Got an unhandled situation? Alright, I'm happy to hear that. Alright. Alrighty, lords and ladies. I'm gonna wrap this one up here. You got an hour-and-a-half episode out of me, but it was worth it, because I had a bunch of fun. Very successful episode. Let's see, has our religion spread at all? No. But no republics or anything, we managed all that. We built our other legendary building. Alright guys, I'm just trying to think of reasons to keep talking, but I'm out of reasons to keep talking. This is where I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for joining me today, lords and ladies. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up button down below. Leave your comments down below as well. Give me more advice. Give me more ways to make renown. Guys, keep leaving those kind of comments, because that was awesome. Had a lot of fun in this one. Not much has changed politically, really. It's just us and Argonia and maybe House Interil that are the largest geographically. House Telvanni is pretty good, pretty big too. Alright guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, don't forget to leave your likes, comments, and if you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that as well. But I will see you guys in the next one. Episode 42 will be coming at you soon. But until then, have a good one, guys.